Deux assassinats filmés et diffusés sur les réseaux sociaux par leurs acteurs. Le premier se déroule le 4 août 2020 au lieu dit Mbingwe Road, au quartier Ntoualam, par Mankon, dans le département de la Mésam, région du Nord-Ouest. La jeune Camerounaise Amba Boys, par un acte de violence, est assassinée par le terroriste sécessionniste Fonte alias Mad Dog. Le séparatiste soupçonnait sa compagne de collaborer avec les pouvoirs publics. Le deuxième crime est commis le 11 août vers 14 h. Le corps sans vie de Comfort Toumasson, âgé de 32 ans, est retrouvé au quartier Makanga à Mouyouka Sud-Ouest. Elle a été sauvagement abattue par des terroristes sécessionnistes pour les mêmes raisons que la première victime. Et dans un communiqué signé de jeudi 13 août 2020, relatif à ces deux assassinats, le ministre de la Communication, porte-parole du gouvernement René Emmanuel Sadi, condamne ces actes odieux, insoutenables, commis par des bandes terroristes sécessionnistes qui, pour des raisons absurdes, illégitimes et inadmissibles, continuent d'ôter la vie à tout vent à d'honnêtes et innocents citoyens. Et fin de citation. Eh bien, comment comprendre que malgré les assises du grand dialogue national de 2019, on se retrouve face à de tels actes de barbarie? Qu'est-ce qui n'a pas marché? Les résolutions de ce rendez-vous, pourtant historique, n'étaient-elles pas assez concluantes? Au vu de ces massacres de civils à ciel ouvert, on se pose l'une des questions initiales. Que se cache-t-il derrière cette crise? Même certains leaders séparatistes ont d'ailleurs condamné ces actes ignobles. Et doit-on conclure par là que leur combat leur a échappé, tout en dénonçant le soutien ou les soutiens des terroristes sécessionnistes à l'étranger? Le gouvernement camerounais en appelle une fois de plus, je cite, à la coopération des pays amis où sont hébergés les commanditaires de cette rébellion afin d'aider à leur neutralisation et à la consolidation du processus de pacification des régions du Nord-Ouest et du Sud-Ouest. Ces pays amis ont-ils intérêt à ce que la paix revienne dans des régions? Vont-ils enfin, et au nom de cette amitié qui les lie au Cameroun, collaborer au processus de paix? On s'interroge ce soir.
We're starting away with talking with the chairman of the Social Democratic Front, Nijon Frundi, joining us on Zoom this day on Afrique Media. Widespread condemnation following the killing of civilians in Cameroon's southwest region. A young lady butchered to death by men suspected to be Ambazonian fighters. This is coming days after a similar case in Bamenda, where another young girl was brutally murdered. Equally, all have been tagged as spies. And this is the situation on the ground, Mr. Chairman Nijon Frundi. This is coming 4 years after the start of the anglophone crisis, which began as simple protest 3 years since separatist fighters pick up arms against the Cameroonian military. Mr. Chairman, you've been following up all these happenings on the ground. What do you have to say and what are your comments?
Opportunity to have a chat with the Cameroonian people again and to once more express my feelings, which you know have been very bitter, sick, and as I keep saying these days, that we are living in a world beyond words, because what we are seeing in the world today, and especially in Cameroon, there are no words to express and really explain and talk to from the bottom of your heart how you feel. You lack the words, so it's unfortunate. And ever since I granted my last interview, which went viral, the Ambazonians came up, both men and women, threatening Frundi. Oh, Frundi has done this, Frundi has done that, and all the like. And we still see the wanton destruction and the killings on the people that they are supposed to be protected or protecting. So I ask, where is the fight going to? Is it towards the person who is at the head, or the ordinary local people that you see their properties being destroyed, as we are seeing, they are being butchered to death, they are being, women are being killed, and because a woman saw my name on this forum for today, she sent a terrible message to me and telling me that others have gone, my own requiem mass will soon be sung. I want to make it abundantly clear that the Ambazonian struggle, which is the anglophone struggle, which I term that I'm from the anglophone part of Cameroon, has been misdirected, because the late President Ahidjo chose Mr. Biya to be secretary of the group that he formed to look into the anglophone struggle. So it's an issue that Mr. Biya himself knows. And if he didn't know that, he couldn't have even told his minister, who told him that there's no anglophone problem, to look into the anglophone problem. So these people knew. And I thought that the leadership of the anglophones outside instigating children to destroy, burn, do this and that home should first look into this. Let us start from the genesis. As we said, Foncha, Muna, and then they left Lagos. And when they went through all these phases, they went to Yaoundé. When the AAC one started, and they had to bundle these old men back to the United Nations, I expected a couple of things. They were setting a trap for them. Because if Foncha and Mona had said, look, we are old and we don't want to bother ourselves, go out, they'll say, yes, you see, these people sold us, they don't want to go out again. Now, the old people were smarter than them. They went, and nothing came out of the United Nations. They bought flags and brought these flags and hoisted them at Mongo to say that, oh, well, we are under the United Nations now. And when they were going to the United Nations, Goji Dinka, who's been crying every day that Frundi got letters that they wrote to pull out of parliament and burn them, he didn't go with them to say, this is the man who told me to get Frundi out of parliament. And this is the letter that he wrote. People are only trying to blackmail each other, which is very, very unfortunate. And things have gone viral, and Frundi is being threatened. I don't fear threats. If I were one to fear threats, I couldn't have launched a party in 1992. And today, even women, a woman who calls herself, I don't know the name again, sent me a message last night that my requiem mass will be the next. Yes, they killed Mbandam. They sang my funeral song in their village and have made all the, brought all the tactics to derail Frundi. Oh, Frundi is giving his compound to the gendarmes. The gendarmes have stayed in my compound because they came a couple of times to burn the compound. And when they tried burning my compound the first time, I told the gendarmes that it was government that tried to burn my compound, not even Ambazonia. So they said, okay, if you think that is government, we send you troops to guide your compound. I said, thank you. We'll send troops to be guiding you to. I said, no, it's not reached a point where I'll be fearing my own children who carry guns to flex their muzzles at me. And when they brought me out of my house, when I just returned from the hospital that I was in bed for more than a week, dragged me down. This was very, very unfair and unfortunate for a struggle. In every struggle, they have some respect for certain people. And when you see, as I said in the last interview, they had to drag the Bishop of Kumbo, the Arch Bishop of Bamenda, the Fons of Nso, dragged me on the front. I mean, this is very unfair. When they were going into have a full-fledged war, with whom did they discuss their program and their projects? This was a teachers and a lawyers program. And I hear there's a certain terminology I've heard from them. They call some enablers. The enablers came and hijacked it and started collecting money for themselves, building their own houses, and they arrest Ambas. Now I'm told in some of their phones they see up to 10 million francs and all that. So my appeal to the forces that be, the anglophone fighters, was that please, can we calm down? Can you people calm down and choose one person, discuss and strategize? Anglophones have a problem? Yes, I still answer that. But you don't solve the problem by killing women. It is really outrageous. When I look at the butchering of a woman, my body trembles. I was suckled by a woman. I never chose my mother. And they cannot drug the children to do what they're doing, and I see, and you want me to say, I fear, oh, they will attack me. I will not. I am talking that I condemn them, condemn all that is being done in very, very strong terms. They gave me a list of over 17 different groupings here, from the mountain lions of around Boya to Meme Black Star, to Ambazonia Defense Forces, to Red Dragons of Liberium, to Bui Warriors, Oku, and other two independent distinct, 7 Kata, BSRF of Com, Momo Marines, Ambazonia National Army, Sword of Ambazonia, Church by Church of Mbengwi, ADF Alabokam, Ngokutumgia Marines, Momo Warriors, splinter groups, and so many splinter groups. These are all the people on the field, and they have sponsors out here. These boys, they've drugged them. And the boys have to survive. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. But the leadership cannot step in to say that when we declared this war, we had money from this angle to take care of the things. They've just kept quiet. Keeping quiet, the boys are killing themselves. And for your information, those that abducted me in Nso have all been killed. They killed themselves. Those that abducted me in Alabokam have all been killed. They killed themselves. Those that burned my house, 5 in the group, the leadership was all killed. So, are you saying that I'll be happy to see young men killing? Have I saw the display of human flesh? I came to one conclusion that the boys on the field now eat human flesh. We are going through a period of cannibalism. That is not where I belong. I don't belong there. So I still come back with the appeal. Can the so-called leaders out here, men and women, get themselves together? If in Maryland there you have so many groups, they are there only trying to see what they can do to ridicule Frundi. In Europe you have groups that will come out, talk vehemently, tell you how much Frundi has chopped from the Cameroon government. He can't build a hospital for Bamenda. It's very unfortunate that people have come here, gone to school has not gone through them. And they think that if Frundi was to build a hospital in Bamenda, if Frundi could, he would. And I came into politics selfless because I never struggled to go into parliament or into Senate or into council so that I could have money in my pocket. I was trying to see how the young people will come and take leadership. And to show you that I was selfless, last year or 2 years ago, I handed the baton of the presidential elections to a junior person, and I'm looking forward to handing over that of the party for the junior people to take and continue. But I am very, very embarrassed, surprised, and shocked the way I see these young people treating themselves, treating women, that you will catch a woman and you butcher her, cut her head off. When I saw that thing, I closed my eyes and I deleted it from my telephone. Teachers who started it, teachers are being killed. Teachers are being killed. Now, when you go to a place like the CDC, you fell down all the bananas and plantains that you get there. What do you then eat? You block the CDC from producing oil. That's the oil you can take, roast the plantains or the bananas and be eating and drink a war. But you block the people, cut their fingers and drop them out. But you still want money. You want support. It is unfortunate, and I feel sorry. I'm talking like this. My eyes are filled with tears that the anglophones have betrayed. A woman this morning said the women died because of Frundi. When I launched the party, 6 people were killed, 5 boys and a girl. I've cried that for almost my life. But today, death in Anglophone Cameroon means nothing. Either with the machete, with the knife to slaughter, or with the bullets to kill. When you want to talk, they say you're not condemning from the other side. I've condemned, and I keep condemning. I'm not somebody to take an issue that human life has been destroyed and I talk with water in my mouth. Because they know that there's nothing they can blame Frundi on. Oh, he chopped all the monies in Cameroon. Please, Cameroonians, can you come out and be intelligent to shame some of these things? Either the billions or the... If they gave me billions, I will not be where I am. And I had the opportunity that I could have negotiated for much money from Mr. Biya.
Okay,
Mr. Money was not my problem.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we'll come back to you. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we'll come back to you. We have equally Agbo Bala, he's a human rights lawyer and the director of the Center for Human Rights and Democracy for Africa. Bashi, you have the mic with Mr. Agbo Bala.
Voilà, Agbo Bala, bonjour maître.
Oui, bonjour Bachir.
Et merci d'avoir accepté d'échanger avec nous. On sait à quel point votre temps est très cher, surtout en ce moment où le Cameroun, dans ces deux régions, nord-ouest et sud-ouest, connaît une situation très difficile. À Bobala, on arrive finalement à une situation dans laquelle des civils sont tués par ceux qui étaient censés les libérer. Comment vous réagissez à ça?
Oh, moi, je suis très, très étonné. Moi, je suis choqué qu'on tue les civils au Cameroun. Mais aussi, c'est des côtés. Ce n'est pas seulement les séparatistes, les gens du gouvernement, les militaires aussi font la même chose. Mais ce qui sont passés la dernière semaine à Moyoka, c'est quelque chose qu'on ne peut pas accepter ça. Parce qu'on disait que la dame parlait avec les militaires, même si eux font ça. On ne peut pas les tuer comme ça. Parce que la dame aussi a ses droits, elle ne fait pas la guerre. Donc pourquoi on a tué la dame si c'est quelque chose que moi je ne peux pas accepter? J'ai parlé avec les séparatistes, il y a les séparatistes qui ont condamné ça, il y a les autres aussi qui avaient commencé à refuser. Mais quand même, ils ont accepté ça. J'ai suivi une interview à la télé l'autre jour qu'un jeune Tchadja, il accepte, c'est lui qui a fait ça. Donc, ce sont les crimes contre l'humanité, ce sont les crimes contre la guerre. Mais un jour, la guerre va finir et on aura une justice qui va poursuivre tout le monde. Et c'est ça que moi je dis. Tout le monde qui fait les choses comme ça, un jour, ils vont aller au tribunal.
Justement, alors vous étiez à la genèse de ces revendications qui malheureusement ont tourné au drame. Quel bilan vous en faites aujourd'hui? Quel bilan vous faites de cette crise du nord-ouest et du sud-ouest près de 4 ans après le début? Maître Agbo Bala. Oui.
Bon. OK.
C'est OK.
Maître Bala,
Oui,
vous nous recevez? Maître Agbon Bala, est-ce que vous nous recevez? Alors, on n'a pas visiblement le retour audio de Maître Bala.
Yeah, certainly, Bashir, while we're waiting for Bala to come, let me certainly, the last question to Chairman John Frundi, indications that Abu Bala is set, I think.
D'accord, on retourne donc vers Maître Mbala et s'il nous reçoit. Maître Mbala, est-ce que vous nous recevez?
Oui, 5 sur 5.
Très bien, voilà, notre question, elle était de savoir quel bilan vous faites de cette crise dans les régions anglophones, près de 4 ans après son lancement.
Pour le moment, moi, je suis très désolé ce qui est en train de passer, parce qu'il y a les gens qui sont en train de mourir, les enfants ne peuvent pas à l'école, les mamans ne peuvent pas aller dans les champs. Un endroit comme le CDC, les gens ne peuvent pas là-bas pour travailler. Donc, pour moi, je pense qu'il faut qu'on s'assoie pour sortir de cette crise. On doit se parler avec tout le monde, avec les séparatistes, avec les gens du gouvernement. On ne peut pas accepter des choses qui se passent chez nous maintenant. Et aussi pour dire à les séparatistes que tu ne peux pas venir pour protéger les gens, tu es en train de les tuer. Parce que maintenant, s'ils disent que ce sont les libérateurs, la population va dire que non, vous n'êtes pas les libérateurs. Ce que vous faites, c'est peut-être pire que ce que les militaires sont en train de faire. Donc, quand on avait commencé, est-ce que c'est les choses comme ça qu'on avait prévu? Non, on travaillait pour les anglophones, pour aider les gens, pour qu'on accepte qu'il y a un anglophone, il y a un problème chez nous. Mais on doit résoudre ça. Mais en résoudre ça, ce n'est pas en tuer les gens, ce n'est pas en brûler les maisons, les écoles.
Eh bien.
Non, c'est même honte en tant qu'un anglophone. Je suis un peu honte en tant qu'un anglophone parce que ce qui se passe, moi je ne peux pas accepter ça. Hein? Tu regardes comment on est en train de venger une femme comme ça et les gens justifient ça à la télé. Ils font une vidéo pour justifier ça. Moi je ne pense pas qu'un anglophone, un Southern Camerounais peut accepter les choses comme ça. Donc il faut que aussi le gouvernement et les leaders séparatistes, il faut qu'ils s'entendent pour chercher à trouver une solution. Personne ne peut pas gagner ces guerres. C'est le Cameroun qui est en train de perdre. Donc il faut que nous tous, les sociétés civiles, les leaders d'opinion, les politiciens, les médias aussi, mettent pression à les séparatistes et le gouvernement. Et aussi les pays occidentaux, parce qu'ils doivent faire quelque chose. Parce qu'on a des gens qui vivent hors du pays. Hein? Ils seulement demandent qu'on va tuer les gens. Ils prêchent la haine. On ne peut pas accepter ça. Parce que tu es hors du Cameroun, dans un pays qui respecte les droits de l'homme et les libertés, et tu envoies les gens au Cameroun pour tuer les gens parce qu'ils ne pensent pas comme toi. Si quelqu'un dit que non, moi je ne suis pas séparatiste, tu ne peux pas tuer la personne. Nous tous, on ne peut pas réfléchir ensemble. Ça, c'est la démocratie. Et les Southern Camerouniens, on avait la démocratie même depuis la réunion entre les anglo et les francophones. Donc, qu'est-ce qui ne va pas aujourd'hui? Que parce que je ne suis pas content avec toi, tu envoies les gens chez moi. Et c'est choquant parce que même il y a les leaders qui font les vidéos en disant qu'on doit tuer tel leader d'opinion, on doit tuer telle personne parce qu'ils disaient que ce sont les enablers. Ça, c'est quelque chose que on ne peut pas accepter ça. Et le Camerounais ne peut pas accepter ça. Les Southern Camerounais ne peuvent pas accepter ça. Et le monde entier ne doit pas accepter ça aussi.
Très bien. Alors, on revient à vous dans quelques instants. Le temps de libérer le chairman John Frundi. Bidben.
Yeah, just exactly, Mr. Chairman John Frundi. Amidst all the ongoing killings in these two regions, the cry of the common man is for a return to peace. They want a way out of the crisis. The approach the Cameroon government has taken so far in resolving this crisis, including the 2019 major national dialogue, the reintegration of ex-Ambazonian fighters, and now the reconstruction plan, which is ongoing. Now, what's your appraisal on all these? Do you think there's something more to be done? And how do you appreciate these efforts by the Cameroon government?
Well, I will not put my finger on a point that I appreciate this, but some efforts have been made. And these efforts that have been made, first, the children have not come out from the bushes the way they ordered them to come out. Some of them don't trust the government. They believe that it's a government of double talk. And those that are in the rehabilitation centers, I don't know how they are being treated out there. And if I don't know, I never make a statement on a thing. I cannot categorically put my finger to say, I am saying this out of faith. So, but I think Mr. Biya, as a father, has seen the way even women are being killed, children are being killed. And the women of the English-speaking area have seen how their sisters are being killed. Only on the simple accusation that they're black legs, they went to bed with soldiers. When they sit and see people being killed like this, what do the women themselves back in Cameroon, starting from the ministers who are women, are they happy to see their colleagues being treated this way? Or because they are anglophone women, so they can condemn in bed? I was not mad when I heard Mr. Biya's hand in it would be dragged him back and say, Mr. President, please sign what your Prime Minister Young agreed with the teachers, agreed with the lawyers. Sign it for these people to go back to school, for the children to go back to school, and the lawyers to go back to work. He said, Mr. Chairman will see what to do. So in the war, I blame both sides, the government and the Ambazonian leadership, because where I'm talking, I've called for dialogue. Please, can we Anglophone Cameroonians sit down somewhere, invite me anywhere in the world, I'll come, let's talk. Let's see what we are doing. You convince me with what you want to do. The call was get out of parliament, get out of... And they used guns to chase the SDF out of parliament, out of Senate, out of councils. And the councils now be taken by the CPDM all. And I do not see how they are fighting the CPDM the way they fought the SDF. Because in Santa, in the northwest, they burned my compound, stole my animals, abducted my brother, my sister, everything on Frundi. Was the Anglophone issue on Frundi's neck, and they are still being from Maryland. Somebody recorded a message to me from the same area. From England, a boy talked very vehemently of how he was sure that Lady Bandam got monies and gave me. And this is how people work on rumors.
Okay, Mr.
And these are the rumors that are destroying the Anglophone community on a good case that they had, that they could have gone back to their federal system, and maybe from there they start marching to go where they want to go to.
Mr. Chairman,
now,
Mr. Chairman, we are in a very crucial situation at this point in time now. If you were to give a last advice and a way out of the crisis, maybe in just 1 minute, 30 seconds, what would that advice be at this time?
Let the leaders, the criminal leaders in Europe, America come together and bring sanity to the field. And if truly, truly they get the independence tomorrow and they're going with what I'm saying, I will go on exile and come back to Cameroon. They should take note that Cameroonians are very angry now, Anglophone Cameroonians. And those boys themselves are very, very hungry. In Lagos, they used to tell a person, say, look, you're here, hunger will drive you. Hunger will drive those boys out to the bush. Because the monies that are being collected don't reach them. And they themselves, the monies they are collecting, they cannot really go buy food. So, can we bring some sanity into what is happening? I thought that the people, the so-called leaders out here are educated. But the education, I don't see in which way we're going if the education cannot take care of human life. So, they should stop the blame game and look into themselves. Because as I said in the last interview, that a hardened criminal I know, condemned, stands before me to tell me that it's a general. And you want me to respect you, accept you, because they say when you are drowning, you can even hang on a snake. I think anglophones had a very good cause, but they've mismanaged it and misused it. And like the lady who insulted me, said their mothers died for me. Please take note. When I launched the SDF, 6 people died, 5 boys and a girl. But we are talking now of thousands of children that have died, thousands of men and women, thousands. The economy has been destroyed in billions. And the destruction done on the anglophones is now, it will go through the second and the third generation before we come back to recollect ourselves. So, please, can you people bring sanity? From Bandam's era, he was killed. And they sent word to me that my requiem mass will be the next. If I'm going at the age of 80, I want to thank God Almighty that I have lived the 7 scores and 10. And I've had another bonus again. And the person who's saying that should take note that I am serving a God of justice. Because if they said that my compound is now the bill headquarters, it is because when they tried to burn it before, I said it was the army. They said, no, we'll send the army to protect. I said, fine. And now, it's the phone of Nkwen. It's the phone of here, it's the phone of there. I don't accept it. Mr. Agwabala, I don't accept it. People started this thing as lawyers and teachers. And even the anglophone AAC1 that they started, I accepted. But from then till today, nobody has ever come near me to say, Mr. Fruity, what is your opinion of this? Is that okay? Get out of parliament, get out of this. And you have a tattered-looking child standing with a gun before you, telling you to get out of parliament. If I really got the people out of parliament then, which they succeeded in pushing them out of parliament with the barrel of the gun, and you ask me tomorrow, who told you to get out of parliament? I'll say, who? Amba. Which Amba? All this group that I've seen before me here. It is fake. They're all, take note, all of us here on this platform, those who are listening, we are serving a God of justice. They regretted why I left their camp. They don't know what happened for them to tell me go. And as I said before, all the boys that touched me have died in both camps. It is unfortunate. And they should not think that it will touch the people. Even when David had the chance to kill King Saul, he said he could not kill God's anointed person. But today I hear children say, even if Jesus comes now and betrays us, we'll crucify him again and wait under his cross till his body gets rotten. So Anglophones, fighters are now gods. They're above Jesus. It is unfortunate and shameful. Please, I want to wish you people in your discussions and debates good luck. And said, I wanted the leaders to sit down and look for a way forward. Let us row the water behind for the canoe to move forward. If they can do that, then I'll change my feelings about the word I used when I started, that I'm living in a world beyond words, because what is happening in the world around us, I have no word to express. So I wish you all good luck.
Mr. Chairman Nijon Frunzi, we very much appreciate your time talking to Afrique Media this afternoon.
Voilà, merci au chairman qui nous laisse avec des propos très chauds au cœur, avec une note d'espoir tout d'ailleurs. Et justement, cet espoir nous ramène vers vous, Maître Agbombala. Tout à l'heure, dans vos propos, vous avez dit quand on a commencé ou quand ils ont commencé, ce n'était pas comme ça. Est-ce que c'est une manière pour vous de nous dire que ces combattants ambazoniens, leur combat leur a échappé?
Well, let me speak in English to tell Frundi that some of us still respect you. We appreciate what you've done for this country. What you did in the 90s when I was a young boy in the university. If we did not have the Frundis in the 90s, we would not have had the Agobalas in 2016 and the Ayuktabe and the Sete and Sako. We need to respect those who have taught our lives, those who have contributed to the democratic process in this country. And I want to say, President John Frundi, thank you for what you've done. People might disagree with you. We have born-again activists who think that the struggle, the anglophone struggle, began in 2016, and they have the audacity to insult everybody. But I want to tell you, Mr. John Frundi, Cardinal Tumi, the Munzus, the Anyangwes, the Ngwanes, the Albert Mukongs, you've done a lot for anglophone Cameroon, and we would be eternally indebted to you people. There is a time for everything. You are giving the command passing to the younger generation. We hope that the younger generation would also take it and use it well. As a follow-up of your question, you see, a struggle has many faces, okay? The phase of the protest started, the armed struggle has started. I am not somebody who supports the armed struggle, okay? But I also equally agree also that because government made it impossible for people to express their opinions, some people took up arms. What they are doing is not justifiable. The killings, the burnings, the abductions, the ransom, I would never justify. Equally